Have you ever felt like you just don't matter? Yeah, you probably don't. But anyway, I recently played the Bendy Ink Machine game. I played it like probably fucking last month, but I'm gonna give a late review on it. I just want to talk about it. So, the reason I played this game is because I want to get more into games I didn't get to experience growing up. And one of them was Bendy. I heard like at the time when it became popularized, like Bendy this, Bendy that. I couldn't give a fuck. And plus, I didn't have a PC. But now I do. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. So I gave it a shot. It was pretty fun. I think the main thing that made me really enjoy this game was the aesthetic. I thought it was pretty cool. Like the idea of everything looking like drawn because like the ink, it's like ink shit. They come to life. I don't know the whole aesthetic of the game. It was really cool. It was nice. Very well done. As far as the story goes, it's pretty solid. So you play as the character Henry, and you basically spawn in the factory, and you don't know why the fuck you're there. There's like no dialogue. Henry says we don't figure out why he's there until the very end, but also during the campaign. And I find it pretty intriguing. The story for the most part. All these little tape recordings that you have to listen to gives you more lore around everything, and it was pretty nice. Uh, I have all right. So now on to like my biggest problem with the game. You run so goddamn slow in this game. It's fucking wild. Like you're literally running at fucking 1 mile per hour. It feels like the Flash activated Flash time, but you're not the Flash. You're just one of the people stuck in it, and you're just trying to get from point A to point B. Getting from place to place in this game is such a headache because of what the speed you're moving at. It feels like when you're running away from fucking Diddy in your dreams or some shit. That's what it feels like. It is insane how slow you go. If they were to boost the speed by like fucking 1 point, it'd probably be better than what it is right now. And I also think it takes away a lot from the experience because you run that slow. Like whenever you're being chased by a monster, you get chased by a monster a few times in this game. It doesn't even feel like you're being fucking chased. Like I don't like when I'm holding fucking shift like as strong as I can. I'm barely fucking moving. I don't know if that monster behind me is like fucking taking it one step at a time, fucking waiting for me to get away. It doesn't feel like I'm being chased. Like if this was real fucking life, that monster would have grabbed me the second he saw me. Another thing I kind of disliked were the little ink henchmen that come from the ink puddles or whatever the fuck, and you'd have to like hit them with whatever you had at your hand in the time. I found that super tedious. It wasn't like fun or anything. It's just like every time you came across one or like a fucking swarm of them, it's like holy shit, get the fuck out of my way, please. I'm trying to play the game. Like the first time it happened, it was whatever. I'm like, oh, interesting. And then like after that point, they just fucking henchmen, 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 henchmen. It's fucking crazy. Like leave me alone, please. But I guess if they weren't there, maybe it'd make the game a little less intriguing or interesting. Like maybe boring, but at that, like I don't think I would stop playing because there's nothing for me to do. I mean, at the same time, you're figuring out a puzzle. But then, like, when you're figuring out a puzzle, you're like, all right, go here. Fucking two ink motherfuckers come up and, it's fucking, like, god damn it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but to me, it was kind of annoying. I don't think those complaints ruin the game. Oh, shit. You want to talk about Bendy too, Rumi? Let's talk about Bendy. Meet the new addition to the fam. Sorry, I don't mean to do that. I'm going to leave you up here because last time you were. Well, as I was saying, I don't think those complaints necessarily ruin the game for me. Sure, they're annoying. Please don't hurt yourself. Are you gonna? What do you okay? Okay. Can I? Oh, but like I was saying, I don't think those complaints ruined the game for me that much. Sure, they were annoying, but everything outside of those aspects were pretty solid. But again, I think the main point of the game wasn't to fucking beat the shit out of ink motherfuckers or, run at Mach 12. It's a narrative based game mostly. You're figuring things out. It's semi horror. It wasn't like there was a few jump scares that fucking got me. Um, but overall, it is what it is. It's a fun puzzle adventure game. It was fun. I had a good time playing it for the most part. Sorry for the fucking camera shake. I got a little excited there. But yeah, that's how I feel about the game. It was pretty solid.